We are live. We jumped right into live. How you doing? Welcome
Hey,
everybody. We got viewers. I'm waiting for my buddy. You here?
hey, this is Leapn. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you showing your face, your screen? What are you doing?
I don't got a camera on here, but I'll figure out how to share my screen.
Okay. Well, this is Signature Sniper on YouTube. I'm sorry. Just Signature Sniper needs to show off a little bit. All right. Well, welcome to NFT Sniper Bot. We're doing a show today with Leapn Life, leapn.life. Let me share that screen. That is way cooler than my face. Hold on one sec.
Hey, can we hear you there, NFT Sniper? Might have kicked you off the mic.
Let's try that again. Could you hear me or no?
There you are. No, I couldn't hear you before.
Okay, I'm not an expert at this just yet, but we'll get there. We're learning. All right, so let's try that again and pull up your screen. Let's see if we can talk.
There we go.
Keep the conversation going.
Right on.
I had
If
turned
my
me
screen.
off. Oh no, I have to. I see how you did that. Okay. Do you have sound in the game that we should be hearing or no?
Yeah, but if it's not crossing over, that's okay. The visuals are more important.
All right, so we just dropped in. So first of all, didn't your drop just go live just now?
Well, if we want to talk about it first, then I can put it live.
Whatever you want to do. Up to you.
Right on. So guys, can you guys hear Leapn?
Yeah, we got Samurai. We need his face on here.
There we go.
What up? You missed the laser lightsaber show.
That's I got here as soon as I could.
All right, guys. Well, I am going to open mint in a couple of minutes. I'm going to do a stealth unlock, so you guys aren't really going to know when it's live. It might be live a couple of minutes before I announce it. So keep an eye out at leapn.life, our website where you can mint.
All right, Samurai's not here. Can you walk over to the castle? That's the coolest thing to me. So tell me about this. You buy one of these planets, which you have 6,000 of them available. They're going for 0.15 mint today. You buy one of these planets and you just show up with like this little castle in the clouds, or you built that yourself? Or did you hire someone to build that?
Do you guys see me? I'm at the castle. Is the stream up to date?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So behind me, you can see is the island, and we were just on there, and beyond the hill there, it's a very vast island, and it's going to be a barren, open place for you to build out your own kind of social utility. And what I'm at here now with these floating rocks, these are an instance of ways that you can customize your founder's world to create your own kind of game or social utility. So you can put in like stuff that you can interact with seamlessly. So you can see I had to like walk across the rope bridges, and you can also embed sounds and objects. So let's see if I can get over here. Like at your treasure chest, when you're about to grab a jewel, you can figure out if your treasure hunt is if you're getting close to the treasure, because you can embed sounds and add fun gamification features like that. So
it's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. And I mean, we don't hear sound. That's just because we're talking, but
yeah, no worries.
You could make it so like he would hear water, like his feet splashing in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But you could do that. Could I do that?
Yeah, exactly. As the Founder's Deed builder, you can customize any kind of game feature you need.
Oh, we have Samurai back. Samurai.
Hey, perfect. So here's the thing, right? So if we were able to customize any feature we wanted, if we wanted to incorporate the jetpacks for the chibis or the whatever type of flying mechanism, we could incorporate the way it sounds for the characters, right? And the
Exactly.
smoke
Yeah.
trails and
Exactly.
whatnot.
You can add smoke trails. You can add sound effects and everything.
Well, this is sponsored by Chibi Apes. We'll come back to Chibi Apes. Let's just
Mhm.
concentrate on Leapn
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
their launch party. And like this Bored Ape, how'd you get a Bored Ape in there?
We actually collaborated with an artist that does the kind of their own spin-off of 3D Bored Apes, and so they actually made this model for Leapn. So you can see that the Leapn brand is on the jersey or on the shirt, and it's a part of the Hape collection made by Digimental.
Leave the picture
And
there. That was so cool
yeah,
with the grass.
yeah, there you go. So you can see the grass is even animated. I'm not sure how choppy the stream is, but in my gameplay right now, it's 100% fluid, just like a real game.
I do feel like I apologize in advance because this is not a professional studio for me. It's I'm scared to hook up this microphone to my real computer because the last time I did it, it zapped it and I got the blue screen of death. So I just use this laptop, but the graphics are unreal. We saw this today in a demo. Samurai, what were your thoughts of this?
I am very intrigued by the fact that I can drag and drop, essentially, concepts and playing fields. Whether it be an arena that I want to fight with my friends in, or a obstacle course that I want to navigate with my family for fun, or whatever, right? You could create horror genre ones where people come in and there's Halloween, right? You could create Santa's North Pole. And I just love that it's not something that I have to buy and then it is that thing forever. Or I have to then pay all over again just to either get a new space or to completely renovate my space, right? This is if Decentraland was not just all one piece, but if rather it was in more bite-sized consumable chunks and much, much, much higher quality, right? The rendering quality is outstanding. Like you said, this is, the type of stuff that you would expect from a AAA game. And the advantage that you have is that you don't need a AAA game studio producing every single iota of content within this thing. You're giving this platform to creators. And that's what Decentraland and Sandbox tried to do, but they tried to retain too much of control. They tried to retain too much of the viewership and of the content experience, and they didn't just give it to the fucking people to do something with. And I think that fundamentally, what's represented right here is a canvas for creators, artists, content people like myself to come on to. H Bizzle, we were talking about it doing a show. The way we're going to do it, bro, is I'm going to be a virtual avatar in this space in front of a stage, and we're going to show content, right?
Oh, stop it.
I'm going to be my chibi, and I'm going to have that shit like synced up with my conversation, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be plugins that we could do for Adobe Animator or whatever. And then bing, bang, boom, you literally have content creators coming to this space as opposed to trying to just project their avatar to their personal room or some type of fake two-dimensional space. I see that all the time on Twitter. All these streamers, they have cool avatars, but that are fundamentally locked in this, like, I can't ever fully turn around because I only exist in these polygons, right? Whereas with this, it's like I could literally be a full character and like, hey, here's my house, here's this artwork, here's this cool thing that we're going to do. And for me, content wise, this is so much more rich. Also, most importantly, and fundamentally, the most confusing thing about Decentraland and Sandbox is the ability to navigate the space. The fact that we'll have ability to swim. We could initiate the way to fly. We're going to be able to run, probably do some cool teleportation stuff, right? That in and of itself, mobility through the space is quite literally a make it or break it thing for most players. If the controls, if the feels of a game don't feel right, I won't play it.
Let me pause for a second. We had you were just on such a roll, and we're on such a roll with this beautiful ape running around this beautiful land that we didn't introduce Wicked Dig. So Wicked Dig, what's up, man? Pleasure to see you face to face.
How's it going, likewise?
You're a real cowboy. Nice to have you in the crew. Would love to, that's a compliment. Would love to just
no, I'm from Texas. I took it as one. I was like, hell yeah,
hell yeah,
it's cowboy.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear from you, just in general, your background a little bit, your involvement in this, and just what your take is on what we're looking at right now.
Awesome. My background is that I come from Dallas. I worked for a couple of serial entrepreneurs that did things in a way that no other businessman did in terms of orthodox fashion. And I learned a lot from that. One of their godfathers was Jimmy Buffett, and his great grandpa invented the submarine out of France. So he had this like cavalier approach to life in general. And I think that's where I learned everything. And his best friend in college ran the company that got The Office with Steve Carell on NBC. So I moved out to LA and worked there and started producing content for 13 years. Did Dance Moms, RuPaul's Drag Race, American Ninja Warrior, and and then I directed a documentary about a multimillionaire guy who went through a episode of hypomania after being misprescribed a medication, and we shelved it because it would tank his business. But after that, I met Ferb on Discord because I am just a major art lover in general and dove right into the NFT space once I discovered it. And then Ferb sounded insane. He had like 30 followers and he was doing things on Twitter that no one does with 30 followers, just making all these proclamations of, I'm not really happy with what I'm experiencing in Decentraland. I'm going to build my own metaverse. And 2 weeks later, I sort of waved it off as nothing. He tweeted again saying that, okay, it's done. And I was like, what? I have to look into this. So we got on a call and he showed me a quick demo that isn't nearly as beautiful as this, but it was still pretty incredible. And I was in and I said, how can I be of service? Please give me a task and don't feel weird about it. And I just started going to work for him, honestly. And I sort of tried really hard to earn my, rite of passage and earn his respect. And finally, I think that happened. And now we are where we are.
Wicked Dig
so
was
I want
so
to,
humble. Sorry, go ahead.
I do want to just jump in and say this is by no means, I did hear a little bit of a, limitations in Decentraland. And before, I'm just going to comment on that. I think Decentraland is still the crypto punks of the entire metaverse, and I think that like certain brands want to stomp the flag on the moon, certainly with me with Chibis, but like, I think this is one of the many evolutions of the metaverses that are coming, whereas you drop your avatar into, as Samurai told me yesterday, he asked a question. Hey, I designed my own Call of Duty map. Can I drop that in here? And tell me about that, Wicked Dig or Ferb. How does he can drop his Call of Duty map in here? I want to hear about that.
Right on. So a little nugget of context is when you mint your founder's deed, you get this entire vast 3D landscape given to you. Like when you log into Leapn for the first time when we release it, and it reads your wallet that you own a deed, it gives you this entire 3D landscape that you will build on top of and invite people in. It could give you a castle, it could give you a moon, it could give you anything you pick from. Now, if you don't want to use one of these template worlds, but you are an artist that makes your own 3D worlds like this, whether it's from Unity, Cinema 4D, or Unreal, or if there's like an open source COD map, you can actually take that project, let's say it's Unreal, and you have like a 40 gigabyte massive map. You can actually port that into Leapn, and the Leapn infrastructure will be able to facilitate hosting and deploying that for people to leap in and play and still allow you to customize it. So we could have like a classic is like Rust from Modern Warfare 2.
I was literally just saying that in my head. I was like, Rust is the map I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. So if someone has an open source or they want to make their own Rust map, then you can port it into Leapn, and you guys, I don't know, you could have like a shooter game where you could have an NFT auction or an NFT hide and seek where you hide NFTs, first person to find it gets it. Lots of fun game elements like that you can not just be limited. Well, when you mint a founder's deed, you get an island or a moon or a castle that you can build on top of, but you're not limited to that. Any 3D world that you can get access to, Leapn
lots
can
of
host.
Questions for me.
Yeah.
So I minted. I was lucky enough to get one of these already, and I have it in my wallet. I could go to leapn.life and log in. Is it ready for me right now?
Nope. The platform is not live right now. We're just minting these NFTs. We are getting our world engineers to build out these worlds. This island is done. We're getting a cyberpunk city built, a floating castle in the clouds, and a post-apocalyptic city. So those are just some of the first worlds. We're already talking with a lot more people like the Chibi Apes to try and customize worlds for different collections and what those people might want it to look like. So
yeah,
well, I guess I'm curious. I'm curious for if people. I saw a note that your mint is live. Mm-hmm. Should we celebrate that? You know, maybe do
yeah, guys, minting is live. If you go on Leapn.life, you get to mint. We've already sold 100 on this stream. 100 worlds. Thank you, guys.
Woo! Oh hell yeah, lightsaber!
Celebrate. All right,
so.
That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sending the link in our Discord. If you guys are just on the stream here, if someone could put it in the comments, maybe I'm able to.
This is my lightsaber, Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. That's all I got.
If somebody is, if somebody's on the YouTube stream, one of the streamers here, if you can put the URL in there, HTTPS.
Whoa, they said 334 have already sold and counting.
Yeah, when we started this stream, it was 232. Those were all the pre-sales. Now we've already gone over 100. So let me send the link in the chat here,
which is great.
Hey, everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, just take a second and give a thumbs up to this stream if you're in here. There's no reason why we can't get this up to 30 or 40 likes. Let's get the algorithm to give some attention. I think we should retweet it.
If you go to NFT Sniper Bot and then you retweet that this is live, this could get a few more people in here. That would be kind of cool. So I have a few more questions. So if I'm one of the viewers and I buy one of these and I mint it right now, when should I be able to expect to start building my own land?
Excellent question. So we are going to be working closely with some partner collection and developers to get their worlds deployed first. Those we're hoping to get for the community to be able to leap in and experience in mid to late November. As for people being able to customize their own and deploy them, that's more of a December timeline. And the sooner you mint, the lower you are on what deed you've minted, the sooner you'll have access to your founders world. So make sure you mint soon, mint as many as you want soon, because the longer you wait to actually get to customize your world.
Now, let's say I have a world. This is going to get fun. First of all, can I use a PlayStation controller to control that guy?
We don't have that integration yet, but yes.
Okay, let's say I make a world.
Yeah.
And I have my own 3D ape. So I have my own files from House of Kiba. They're so nice to make those ape redemption files, which I'll shout out House of Kiba. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are making people's 3D apes for them. Like, what if I have a 3D ape? Are you going to get it into the game for me, or I got to come with my own 3D files?
It depends. We are initially going to probably have to do it a little more manually, where we get the 3D files from you, or it's drag and drop. You can imagine it being like OpenSea when you're trying to mint something. It's obviously drag and drop your JPEG or your MP4. So it'd be a lot like that. If you have the file, then you just drag and drop it into your world builder, your account, or if it's actually a 3D NFT, Leapn, we're going to try and be able to like scrape the marketplace to get those files so it's more seamless for you.
Nice. So if there's already something out there that's accessible and legal for use.
Yeah. And your use of Leapn is authenticated and verified by your wallet. So when the platform's live, you're going to log in to Leapn via your ETH wallet. And when you log in, they'll say, hey, here's all the founders worlds you own. Here's all the avatars you own. Select the avatar you want to play as. Select the enchanted armor you want to wear. Select your world you want to edit or your world you want to leap in. So it's all tied to your NFT wallet. And this was kind of implied, but I don't think I said it explicitly on this stream. The entire Leapn platform is going to be accessible via browser. So you don't need to download an app. Each world in Leapn is going to have its own unique hyperlink. So let's say this is like the Founders Island #1, and let's say this is the first ever world that goes on Leapn. I could call it whatever I want. Let's call it Ferbsland, whatever, Ferbland. So it'd be like, for instance, Leapn.life/Ferbland. And let's say I sold like a render of this beautiful island as an NFT on Foundation. Someone could buy that render from me, and then I can have hyperlink in my Foundation page on that sales page that says Leapn.life/Ferbsland, and it brings them to another tab in the browser and instantly lets them leap in.
So what I talked about with you is that I have a very nice lot in Decentraland being built out, and if I wanted to have a planet called Planet Chibi, I could have a door or a teleport that would I click a link in Decentraland and I'm in my own planet, right? My users
Exactly.
But they click a link and they have to verify their wallet, right?
It depends what kind of. So as the founder of the world, you're kind of like the god of the world. You get to pick if you're restricting access to only people that have like an NFT key to enter your world.
Right, like I could say if you have a Chibi Ape, you could come to Planet Chibi, but if you don't have a Chibi Ape, you could come to, and you could come to Planet Sniper Town or whatever,
And accessing worlds are free unless there's like a VIP world you need to pay to access. You don't have to pay to use Leapn. You can still explore, and you don't even need an NFT wallet. We want to be able to get people into the NFT space that are maybe just in the crypto space right now or aren't even in crypto culture. We want you to easily be able to explore and play in Leapn without a wallet. So you can play as a guest where you don't have to sign up with a wallet or anything. You have like a default Leapn avatar that you can just walk around worlds with. You won't get to do a lot of the fun game mechanics. You can't buy things, you can't bid in auctions, but you just get to explore and get a flavor for what the metaverse is.
What if there's...
we want...
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, what if there's all these separate worlds? How do you connect people?
Buy things, you can't bid in auctions, but you just get to explore. Yeah, so excellent question. So Leapn, it's a very clever name because what we're really enabling you to do with this is we're making it's not just a metaverse, it's a multiverse of mini metaverses. So Leapn will have an infrastructure where you can think of Leapn as like a blanket or like the one space-time continuum of the multiverse. And each of these founders' worlds are their own self-contained microverse on this Leapn fabric. And what you get to do is, since they are all part of this Leapn fabric, which is our infrastructure, you can just hop into portals on this world. So I don't have a portal on this world, but you can imagine I could pull a portal out of my pocket, drop it on the sand, jump into it, and go to my friend in his cyberpunk city world. You guys
Sorry, I lost you there. I was sharing the link with some other people as well.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I love the idea that you can just bounce between the worlds, and as long as you have validation or verification to enter them, is awesome. I'm waiting to see what the creatives that enter this space are going to do to create the hubs. I could totally imagine somebody creating. Hell, I might do this, creating one of these spaces that acts as like an interconnected portal center for all of the other avenues, right? So if somebody wants to come to mine, they could come to mine, and then I've worked with these people to create portals to their worlds as well, and then doorways to those, like a central hub for activity.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no reason you couldn't do that.
When you log into Leap, when you log into the Leapn platform, once it's live, there's going to be like a spawn world. It might not be this island. It might be something a lot more like fantasy or sci-fi that has like portals to featured worlds that are right there, so you can hop into them instantly. Or you don't have to go through that spawn world. If you know the URL for this island, it's like Ferb's Island, then you just go straight to that URL and just leap straight to it.
This is so interesting, man. I can see people recreating their favorite movies.
Exactly.
Why couldn't this just be like the field for Howl's Moving Castle, right? And then somebody creates a 3D model for Howl's Moving Castle inside of here that people can go visit. It's the exact same premise as the individual Minecraft worlds, except it's based on better looking graphics. I mean, arguably from my perspective, right? So,
and it integrates NFTs, and the NFTs allow you to have a universal identity and stats and history of your character between each of these worlds.
The Web3 integration is important.
Exactly. And let's say you still like let's say you still like voxels. Let's say you still like 2D. Leapn, just because it's 3D and has the infrastructure for it, doesn't mean that it confines you to that. If you want to build a voxel world and connect it to Leapn, then go for it. If you want to build a 2D world like a Mario game, then go for it. Or you don't need a 3D avatar either. You can have a 2D avatar as an animated GIF walking around this 3D island, just like Paper Mario.
Where it just like flips, right? You're just like walking along, and whenever he turns, he's just Literally just paper thin up until the moment when he actually shows a facade.
Exactly.
Yeah, we basically, if so, when I see 3D Cool Cats on OpenSea for sale, they're really cool in their own right, but I'm not certain that if I were a Cool Cats holder still, unfortunately I sold mine, like a moron. I don't know if I would want to be 3D in Leapn when the 2D art is so beautiful in its own right. So we wanted to sort of figure out a way to give avatars that Paper Mario, 2D animation look, so they can explore within the 3D area as 2D people.
Yeah.
Are there any more questions in the chat?
Yeah, let's see if anybody in the chat has any questions.
Yeah. Somebody asked about auctions. Ferb, do you want me to take that one, or do you got it?
You go for it. I'll just keep playing and have fun.
Fair enough. So here is the deal with auctions. You are going to be able to have an immersive auction with your avatars so that the people you bid against, you see their avatars. And you guys have the ability to toggle on audio chat contingent on the NFT art on auction not having an audio component to it. So that if somebody outbids you, you guys get to live trash talk each other. But just know that if the artist isn't pleased with your language, they have the ability to zap you with lightning and your body will fry. And they can either boot you from the auction and kick you off of the platform you're on if you guys happen to be in the clouds for this auction to where your character is just out completely, or they can, it's like a friendly warning is what I think most people are going to do. Now, the way we gamified auctions is instead of just doing the conventional thing where Super Rare follows the eBay way of emailing you when somebody outbids you and stuff. First off, yes, all of you are in person as your avatars. But secondly, you don't have to structure it as a conventional auction. One option is that you can charge a door prize of 1 Ethereum per head, and then you can have a gamified Royal Rumble where you guys are on a giant block of ice and you're trying to push each other over the block of ice.
Yeah, so it's like Club Penguin kind of thing. Last one to leave the iceberg is the winner of the NFT.
I haven't even played that. Now I want to.
No, just play Leapn.
Yeah, just play Leapn.
I guess I'm, my questions come from like the average user, right? I'm technical. I could keep up with devs and you guys a little bit, but I'm not. I'm actually awful at video games. If I went on Fortnite and showed you guys, like it'd be so embarrassing how I die like immediately. I don't get it, right? I'm not good at it. My question to you is: I buy this planet, and I'm the average user. I'm not SniperBot. I'm not the founder of Chibis. I'm just the average user. See how I do that? Subtle, right? But I'm the average user. I open up this thing in November. You're saying the sooner I buy it, the sooner I'll have beta access, sort of, right? Yeah. I'll come in November, December. I get to play with this. I open it up. How hard is it going to be for me to make rocks? How hard is it for me to set up an Ice Rumble Royal challenge? How am I going to do that as the average user? Please explain that.
Ferb, you want
excellent question. This is I got it. Yeah, this is an excellent question. This is what everybody asks with good reason. So what we want to be able to do is offer you an intuitive interface to do that. So let me just come up on the island here. You can imagine that right now I'm in my avatar view, but then you kind of zoom out as like an eagle view or a god view, and you see your entire world before you. And then holograms come up in the corner of your screens that highlights your NFT wallet and what assets you have in that wallet, and then a little like a drop-down menu with the Leapn Marketplace. So basically, let's start with the Leapn Marketplace. We are going to facilitate a market that allows creators to upload their own assets. So let's say, for instance, you like making statues like that guy in the distance up on the rock, and you want people to be able to put that in their worlds. So you, as a creator, as an artist, can make that statue, or you can make trees, you can make houses, you can make chairs, cars, anything. And you can take these assets you've created, put them on the Leapn Marketplace. Then me, as a world builder, when I'm building out my world, will open the marketplace, I'll see your asset, and I can drag and drop it to customize. So that creates an intuitive sort of drag and drop interface for builders and a passive income way for artists to generate new means of passive income for their creations. So like a lot of people, like let's say you love making sculptures, and I'm not, and some people might be like, well, I love making these kind of things, but I'm not really getting any traction on OpenSea because no one wants to buy a rock statue. But now what you can do is you can make gorgeous rock statues like this and then sell them on Leapn so people can use it in their worlds. And one example of how you could earn income from your creation is, one, you can post your assets on the Leapn marketplace for free for anyone to use just to build out their world. Two, you can use them as premium assets, so people pay per use. Three, you can sell them as exclusive NFTs. So if that's like a statue of like a significant person or character in your story, you can make like one statue, mint it as an NFT, and whoever owns that is the only person that has the right to put it in their world.
Nice.
I mean, you guys are blowing my mind. I could keep asking questions. It's, you know, it's really
So
right on.
Yeah,
it's astonishing to me. I mean, I could keep going. Like, I guess my next question is, what are the limitations? If I say to you, I want to build a stairway to heaven, you know, I don't know, a stairway all the way up to the sky. I want to build straight up, all the way up. What happens when I get to the top? Is it like the Truman Show where you get to like the end of the bubble, or like, can I just go forever?
That's based on the world. So you can obviously practically, like, it cannot be an infinite world. Like you can see here, like this island is vast. Like if you wanted to explore even to the edge of this world, you couldn't get around in probably even an hour. So it's more vast than is anyone would need. But like for the Truman Show,
but
you could build.
Let me jump in here and just say, like, that's the beautiful thing about Ferbs and my dynamic is where my vision sort of ceases to exist. That's when his comes in, and he's enlightening on different things that I'm just, you know, not as sharp as him on, and vice versa. And in this case, I'd say, yo, we got a user that has a dope idea. We have to figure out a solution for it. So whether it's us getting on the phone with each engine and talking to their team and finding out whose engine can host such a vision, while simultaneously building out our own vision over time at scale, then that's what we'll do. And we'll be transparent all the while. So you'll at least know what the limitations of each engine are. And you as a community member won't be sort of like bottlenecked or muted or just ghosted altogether. You'll have a team communicating with you and explaining the limitation if there is one. And you'll know that we're also building out an engine that can hopefully accomplish what you want. And that doesn't happen overnight, of course, but that's the kind of team we are. We want to accommodate the community's needs. We feel like we're fused together with the community and we're only building for the community. So if we were to tell you, oh, no, it's impossible, sorry, have a good day, then we're a pretty shitty platform. So we want to be a good platform and we want to try to make dreams happen in these spaces.
Got it. Good answer. Questions are coming in on the chat. Are you able to use a VR Quest? And that was also my question. Can you use an Oculus or a VR Quest on these?
You will be able to, yes, if that's a feature that's highly in demand. Like it is in our roadmap. But if it's something that's high in demand, we will prioritize it to deliver it sooner. We're just working more so right now on delivering the desktop 360 experience where people can actually leap into these worlds together. But yes, VR integration will be integrated probably by the end of this year or start of next year.
I love it or hate it, I'm just a very direct guy. So my next question is, in your spot and in your shoes as you build this business or this NFT or these metaverses, what is the meat? What is the hardest thing when we say that, hey, it's coming, you're going to buy this, you reserve your spot, you're going to get it in November, December. Where is the meat? Where are you spending most of your time to try to make this happen? You will make it happen. I'm just saying, where are you spending most of your time right now?
Stretching the boundaries of the developers we work with to do things we haven't done for other clients. That's the meat of it.
Yeah.
Giving them that creative liberty and license to do things they've never done before is the meat of it. And telling them, okay, well, that's fine if you're only comfortable with doing this in Island. That's plain. but the surrealist nature of this overall umbrella vision, we need to add some surrealist elements that allow people to escape from reality, because nobody wants to hang out in reality if they're going here.
And the biggest thing too is pushing the envelope, because you can already see that this is extremely high res photorealistic. There's millions of polygons in this world, and now facilitating this world on the platform won't be an issue, but this is not something that could be achieved in Decentraland or Sandbox. Now where we're putting all the effort in is really pushing the boundary to see how far can we go. Like you said, the staircase to heaven, how high can you go, how big can these worlds be, how much can you add to them, and really optimizing our Leapn infrastructure to be able to handle those kind of loads and that demand of resources. So we're really trying to make it as robust as we can to deliver the best seamless experience for our users, and that's where we're putting our time.
A blunt response is that we haven't tested that until you brought it up now, and now we know we got to test it. We got to find out how high we can go. So that's going to happen every day. We're going to get new questions, and we're going to get to explore and figure out what the limitation is, and then find a way to get past that limitation.
And this is built on Unity? Is that the coding language?
Nope. So the Leapn infrastructure is a kind of proprietary mesh of ways to host these giant worlds and deliver them via a browser. And we just have a compatibility to also port in giant projects that people have started to develop in Unity, Unreal, and Cinema 4D. And we have to kind of convert them into the Leapn engine kind of compatibility. And that's nothing to happen on the artist or the builder's end. That's just like on our tech
we
back
use
end.
the word engine for lack of better terms. It's not an actual engine, but a few of the people in this space who I trust as very close friends did some questionable things earlier on when I was overly open with them. And we decided that it was best to sort of keep everything tight-lipped, at least for now, as far as what our technology actually is. Because I was shocked
no
at
sniping,
these
sniper.
guys at the beginning of time in the space, and that the way they sort of behaved after the fact was interesting. And I'm not saying that you or anyone else would do that, but people who I thought were really close friends of mine who are pretty big in the space surprised me in how they reacted.
And that just shows me that Leapn, that big names are seeing that Leapn is a force to be reckoned with, that we have something really nice here, that no one has really figured out how to deliver this, that we've just been really working hard to build out and
but even more than that, I don't think the magic sauce is any of that or anything technology related. I think the magic sauce is surrendering and turning it over to the community and building out their visions and doing a good job at that. I think that that's what you won't find any other platform doing.
Yeah, like me and Wicked Dig started together a couple months ago, and we were like basically the founders, and you can still reach us on Discord any day. I'm on there 3 a.m. when I should be sleeping. I'm getting back to people in our Discord. So if you guys ever have like a suggestion or something you want to see or questions you want to clarify, we are literally there for you every step of the way.
Yeah, in fact, I like getting.
Can't help it, but I'm sorry.
No,
I was gonna say I can't help it. The entrepreneur in me just wants to hear more about that journey. How you guys hooked up? How you said, "Hey, we're gonna do it. We're doing it." How you got started? Who built the first thing? Like, and who's the? Are you guys both developers, or one of you a developer?
I'm the lead developer for the project.
Okay.
Adam, did you share your story yet about?
I mean, I gave him the broad strokes, so he'd probably want to hear it from you more than me. I kind of already shared that, but I would just say that I begged him to work for him essentially, and didn't know him at all, really. I was just like, dude, what you just showed me is something I haven't seen yet, and something I would actually do and hang out in.
And actually, I have a bit of the way that this whole project and vision started. It's kind of an inspiring story, and I'd love to share it. Is Mila in the chat here? Is she in the stream?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I started with NFTs. I think it was mid-June, and I was making like nature photography. And that's about as much. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying you see what I'm doing now. And I started just by taking photos outside and trying to mint them as NFTs, and I wasn't gaining traction. And I was seeing these gorgeous projects that really caught my eye. I'm like, wow, I wish I could move up to doing this one day. And one of the first artists that ever inspired me was Mila Loli, that ended up making huge worlds like this, and she made hers in Unreal Engine and minted them as NFTs on Foundation. And the thing is, these NFTs were just MP4 renders. You just watched a quick video and you couldn't walk around it like this. So like Mila didn't really know me back then, but like I would reply to her tweets and hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
Right, click the button. Yeah, I just clicked the button. Sorry. So yeah, I would reply to her tweets, and I would be like, "Yeah, so it wouldn't be awesome if we could walk around these worlds?" And like, I have a tech background, so I was saying like, "What if we leverage this technology and deployed it like that?" And then we were always talking like, "Yeah, isn't that gonna be awesome when someone makes that one day?" And where the inspiring part comes is one day I was literally laying in bed, and I didn't really have anything planned for the day, and I decided, "Hey, you know what? I know like a bit of programming and stuff. And what if I just like surprised Mila and made a simple web app that lets me step inside her NFT and share that with her?" And it was literally just, I went off on a whim that one morning. I showed it to her, and then she was, I don't want to speak for her, but I'm pretty sure she was impressed. And she's like, "Well, what if you could do this with it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I can build it out." And then I started telling other people, and they're like, "This is awesome. Why don't you do this with my NFT?" So then I started growing that project. And then when Wicked Dig came on, I turned into an immersive 3D space like this. And then the project really took off once people really, how this project came so big is I had the vision for this all along to make an immersive kind of multiverse. But how this really came to be is the community kept giving feedback like, "Well, what if you can do this? Why don't you add this?" And that's what drove us. And like the moral of that story is like I think 3 months ago or something, I was just posting photographs as NFTs, and now I'm here doing an NFT drop for this new metaverse builder. So I just want to inspire anyone listening that you can do anything that you want and you can accomplish those things. I harnessed and honed in on my passion as a developer. Instead of just taking photographs, I did what I was best at and passionate about, and I made things. I coded. And you can start from nothing, and when I say nothing, like zero experience, and build a huge project like this that hopefully will get to provide a lot of utility to people. So it's not unattainable. It's just you have to work at it and don't give up.
Yeah. And I would just say that the kind of stories I wanted to tell in Hollywood, just the only way to do them felt weird to me. It's just not in my blood to be able to ask an investor for millions of bucks to make a movie, or even hundreds of thousands of bucks, and to tell them the hard truth of how very little a percentage of a chance of the film making that money back is. And I, in short, never asked anyone for any money. And then randomly, I met somebody who was going through a personal thing in life that was pretty traumatic and dramatic. And we ended up making a documentary about it, and it got into South by Southwest. The owner of South by Southwest Film Festival told us it was literally their favorite selection. And right before they were about to announce it, he made the decision to have it pulled, which I respect a lot in retrospect, out of the love of his children and not wanting them to have to go through any judgment at their schools growing up. So I was just sort of dove into the metaverse as an escape from that reality that like a film I made got tabled, and I might have to go back to reality TV and work again and start fights between moms on camera.
And by the way, can I just tell you, I'm in a recruiting business, and we work on these really long-term sales cycles, similar to what you're describing. You do a lot of work, and then it doesn't work out, and it falls apart. It's life. You just pick up and you keep going. That's it. One experience leads to another. I can't tell you how many times a failed experience where it doesn't work out monetarily. We don't make a placement or a service fee, but we make a relationship. That relationship leads to an introduction to a Fortune 500 company, leads to something else. And for you, in your sense, it sounds like that story led you to kind of look for something else in NFTs in the metaverse, if I understand that correctly.
Absolutely. It's a new freedom of storytelling, in my opinion, and you get to do it with your friends. So I think the heart of this is that it is a social hub. And the fact that Ferb cracked away with Mila to open up art and make it explorable worlds, to answer your question way earlier, is the meat of this project. And the island you're seeing now is an example of us doing that with a landscape artist, just so that everyone would get a taste of the variety. But the heart of the project was to find artwork on Super Rare and Foundation and turn those MP4 videos into explorable lands that you could hang out with your buddies and do at start, port in Discord audio chat or even, we're going to crack Twitter Spaces as well. We know what plugins they use to do it, but we think it'd be cooler if while you're on a Twitter Spaces, you get to hang out with each other and Leapn as well. And again, zap each other with lightning, or we have fun things as well, to where if you're hosting a Twitter Spaces, you can press a button, a hot link button on your keyboard, and everyone all of a sudden has on the hat that you're wearing right now, or whatever it is, whatever you want them to wear. So we're doing a lot of things to try to make this as fun as possible, and to really steal the mainstream demographic and pull them into Web3.
I love it. I love it. You must be. I don't know if you were listening to me at some point or we're just thinking the same thought, but we're staring at Twitter Spaces at night. It's great. We're having conversations. We're looking at each other's avatars. It's really cool. If I have a Bored Ape, my flex is my avatar is my Bored Ape, my NFT sniper bot, which is the zombie ape with the cowboy hat. Never going to change that for sniper bot. That's my personality. That's what you see when you hear my voice talking about alpha, NFTs, some deal I'm working on, whatever. Talking about, maybe stone apes, chibi apes, bored apes, any apes, all apes. But I agree. I think that the evolution of that nighttime crowd on Twitter, it's not even a nighttime crowd. It's a 24/7 crowd. I feel like it should be called There Is No Weekend crowd. It's like it never stops. It's a never stopping crowd. But I think that crowd eventually will get bored of having no visual stimulation. And I think eventually that crowd would like to have the same Twitter conversation, but be walking around this land and throwing bananas at each other or shooting each other with lasers, or even better yet, a race through the forest, whatever it may be, Some people won't, because some people like to just lay in bed and sit on Spaces. But some people like me, I've already started to go into Decentraland. Sometimes we'll be on Spaces. A couple of us will land in Decentraland. I'll show them my new spot for Chibi Apes where we are, or I'll show them some other spot I was thinking about buying. And I don't know, I like a kid, I get a little giddy that I'm like, oh, wow, that dude, Wicked Dig. Wow, he's right in front of me in his avatar form. Oh, hey, follow me. No, I'll follow you. And now it's like, what? I was on Twitter Spaces, but now I feel like I'm playing Legend of Zelda with my friends. But it's real life. But is it real life? Is it real life? But it's kind of easier than leaving my house and getting into a car. I know this sounds really lazy, but getting into my car, going into a bar, sitting down, waiting for a beer, that takes a while. That's real life, and we should all appreciate that. That's great. But in the instant gratification, I have an Oculus right up there, and if I put the Oculus on, and you're telling me that me and Wicked Dig could be at a tavern, and in real life I have a beer, but I'm catching up with Wicked Dig, and I'm like, yo, check out my new Bored Ape. I got a pizza ape the other day, and I changed my avatar, and I'm sitting at the tavern with a bored pizza ape. It's like, it's a whole different type of flex. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, the way
I'm going to Wicked Dig's Tavern tonight. We're all going to his planet tonight. He lets us all in because we own his NFT, or because, we're whitelisted, or we're friends with him. We all get in. And instead of going to Spaces, we go to Wicked Dig's Tavern. And dude, I'm going to show up with my new gutter cat, and I'm going to look like all jazzed up in my new gutter cat. And that's the flex. I think that's where we end up going. Tell me I'm wrong, though, please.
Well, no, you're not. And in addition to that, earlier on, we were talking about how cool it'd be. I'll just use you in this example. If you launched an NFT collection on OpenSea or wherever, after last night, I feel like it'll be more on a Avalanche platform or something like that, where you can avoid the gas fees. You can do a NFT sniper bar pub crawl collection if you wanted. I know that you're not that kind of guy that would try to monetize that, but you could have your community essentially join you on these different world bar pubs. So you could take all of your friends and say, oh, you two don't have one yet. You need to make yourself a weird ass bar. Make yours underwater. You make yours in the trees or whatever, right? And then you're taking your community with you and having a drink at each world.
Like a pub crawl, through the metaverse.
Yeah, and all of you are drinking those drinks. You already know the drinks in advance. You're like, okay, guys, make sure you have this drink, that drink, just this drink, that drink, this drink prepared. And that sounds like a lot of bullshit work for a pub crawl. So the idea is to not make it like tedious, but I'm just throwing out examples.
And not to get rid of like the real life examples of you doing this stuff in real life, but it kind of enables you to enjoy those kind of social experiences without the risks. Like a lot of people, if they go out and drink, there's the risk of driving after, or they might not have a designated driver. Here, you can try and still fulfill that social engagement and still be safe at your home and still get something from interacting with each other.
The only thing I don't necessarily get yet is like, so this is my world, and let's say right now I had 25 people in my world, and we're all hanging out. Could everybody hear me right now? Like if I was like, hey, everybody come to my world, and like kind of like God complex, right? Like everybody just hears my voice talking to everybody.
Yeah. Well, again, that is entirely for you to
world. Yeah.
You can entirely leverage the Leapn game mechanics. You can have like an intercom broadcast voice that like booms from the clouds. This is Sniper, come to the castle right now. Or
but
you're saying, but
like that feature, you're saying as of November something, whoever minted early will be able to control that. They'll be able to control.
Yep. And
control
if you're
all
just
their
talking
sounds.
if you're just talking to someone on the island, you have to walk up to them and talk to them, much like a video game.
Got it.
Or you can have like you can buy an NFT that's like an intercom, or it can be like an old like little Tykes toy that looks
here's
like
another
that,
question.
But intercom.
If I go to Decentraland right now, and I'm very bullish on Decentraland because it's very hard to find a developer there. I have a conversation today. Actually, I do have to end this in a few minutes because I have a very important conversation today about that. But let's say you're kind of a novice when it comes to video games, and you're an NFT collector, and you don't want to build this castle. You don't want to build this planet. You want someone else to build it. Who am I going to contract to build this thing for me?
So we're going to have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have the thing that we're doing in our Discord that we're going to end up bringing into Leapn. We may have a special world for it. There's going to be rewards for people who do what we are referring to as a triangular collaboration, to where if you have an artist and a collector and a developer going to town on a build where no one's getting compensation, they're just doing it for the love of the build. And if it's like a giant Burning Man type of impressive artistic marvel that attracts unique users to come and visit your world, then Leapn rewards that collaboration by giving all of you tokens at a later time once we flesh out our token system, which we're presently like working on, but it's not the top priority, frankly.
So you're going to reward who brings the activity?
We're going to reward the collaborators, the artist, the developer, and the collector for building something out of the love of building. And I understand how people will just start building stuff in just to get the coins and the tokens and the rewards. And all we can really respond to that with is we'll have to be fluid in how we scale that. And we'll have to watch out.
I guess my further question is, if I'm trying to build this, do I need you guys to do a custom build, or can I come in and say, hey, I have a 3D developer that's a 3D artist. He's an awesome developer. He's going to do all my own.
We enable people to collaborate. Yeah, so you can like you can not sign on, but like you can bring on board collaborate an artist or a developer to help you build out your world, and you can like give them like admin access, admin privilege, admin role to your founder's world, have them help you customize it, and work as a team to build your world. It doesn't have to be an individual thing. Yeah.
Got it. So I'll be able to grant access even if they don't have the NFT in the wallet. I'll be able to grant access to a particular wallet to get in.
Correct. Especially as a founder's deed holder, you're going to have a lot more perks than perhaps the Exodus founder's deed holders will have in the future. So we're trying to essentially give all of you the privilege of, for lack of better terms, feeling like the god of your world. And that's not to say we're going to pose limitations on Exodus holders. It's just saying that we're going to go above and beyond to make sure all of you really feel like you're getting to experience this the way you want.
Oh, I think he left. I think he got rugged.
Hey, Sam.
But yeah, guys. So,
Sam,
hey, Sam. You there? All right, no worries. Well, guys, so you can see here, this is the first Founders World. So when you guys mint a deed at Leapn.life, when the platform's live, you're going to be able to log in to your own world, like an island here that you get to customize, you get to build out. And that's what you get when you mint a deed. So if you guys go to Leapn.life, I think we've sold about 150 worlds since this stream, and we've sold 382 total since over the past couple of months. So yeah, we had an alpha release a few weeks ago where we sold 85, a pre-sale this week where we sold about 150, and now minting is live right now on Leapn.life, and we've minted about 140 since this live stream started.
All right, cool. Before we leave, I need one short plug for me. I saved it to the very end. I don't want to say we're sponsored by, but you know what? We are very closely affiliated with Chibi Apes. Can you see my screen?
I can see the screen. I can see your face. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, there's no screen.
Oh, so I'm not very good at this. Okay. Now can you see it?
You have to, okay, cool.
Yeah, there we go. We see it.
So what I love this is you go to chibiapes.com/collection and your chibi number, and you could do this from Safari. I don't think on the computer it works as good, but you could, first of all, it comes with your 3D model. How easy is it to take this 3D model, the GLB file, and get it right into your platform? And you have 1 minute, and then I got to run.
It's quite easy. You can basically drag and drop it like you would on OpenSea, and we're building out the infrastructure to kind of convert and rig this ape or this chibi ape for you, so that you can instantly jump into him and play as him in your world.
And how advantageous is it for an NFT to come with their own 3D models and 3D files?
It's easy. It'll be easier to port into our metaverses because you don't need to collaborate with an artist to build that out from scratch. Although we will be able to connect you as a user to a catalog of people that can instantly pump out those kind of assets for you in the near term.
For me or for everybody?
For everyone. For everyone.
So you guys are going to be pretty busy with like dev support, trying to help everybody build their worlds.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's what the vision is, and we'll hire enough people to make it fluid, and we'll fight to keep it that way. And we don't really view obstacles like most people do. We view them as gifts to conquer and to
deliver things to the community that they want.
We are checking out my Chibi Apes and the floor, which I have a feeling after this weekend, you may not see them at this price again. Oh my God, look at these steals. Okay, well, we'll just leave that there. Yeah, I mean, you know, these are going to go off the board today. This is a nice, clean one.
In November, people are going to find out that these are going to have a 0.8 floor at minimum, I think.
Well, I mean, you guys, let's not fantasize too much here, but I think we do have some upside here when they start to hear. And we're speaking, Chibi Apes will be speaking NFT NYC. Matt Sposter will be leading us and speaking on our behalf at NFT NYC. Also, we are throwing some parties as Chibi Apes through Ape Fest and through NFT NYC. Look up HBizzle NFT on Twitter. HBIZZLE NFT on Twitter, and we have a form to fill out if you want to be part of some of those celebrations during that week. Are you guys gonna be in New York at all?
Not me personally.
There, I don't have a ticket to the event, but I might fly there and just meet people I've been friends with the whole time.
So you don't need to have a ticket to the event. There's apparently a lot of partying going on, like off premise, and I'm trying to organize so that we have a bunch of office like WeWork space. So when you're done walking around at the event, you could just like throw your stuff down and go like get on Wi-Fi and trade NFTs. I feel like that's what I would want. I don't want to like we have an option to have a booth, and we opted to have like a 20-foot chibi at the event, no booth. And I was like, I don't want to work a booth. I got to trade NFTs. I can't be working a booth.
Yeah, dude, you're one of my favorite minds in the space, and I just met you 2 days ago. You're just so innovative.
Likewise, man. Likewise. You know, a fisherman could always see another fisherman from afar, you know?
Right. And if you guys have a favorite coffee shop, we're looking for one now. I might end up working with one down the street from where I live in Venice, but we want to do a really bizarre, the first ever coffee shop in the metaverse type of thing, where we ship out the hard bags of the beans. So I don't know what that looks like yet. And again, we won't build that out until December, but I'm trying to tee up what we will be building.
I have a coffee guy for you. We'll talk offline about that. I have a coffee guy.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thanks for having us on the stream today. It's an honor, and thank you for everyone that's been supporting and minting. We have still a couple thousand or a few thousand left to go. So make sure you spread the word and retweet our tweets on Twitter, and let's get you guys building your own metaverses.
Let's do it. Absolutely. And I think you guys should run this, through on Spaces. I have to go jump to another call, but I'll come meet up with you when I finish.
Dope. Thank you so much, brother. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Right. Be in touch, guys.
Take care.
Later.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take care. Bye. Thank you, Samurai. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye.